really what has to happen.
And to be able to look at it.
You're gonna get there. Yep, you're doing great. And playing around with it, so see if you can get that knee to bend this time. You did it on the first step. It was a little bit easier this time. You're not having to work as hard to get that to go through.
Just use your left hand. No right hand. Use your left hand. You got it. I'm gonna push you.
His training wheels off, just take off.
Oh gosh.
All right, here we go.
I'm a righty. This is what the
Well,
hard part is.
There you go. Trust it and go. Boom. That's it. Go. That's it.
I caught myself.
You got it. So be a little bit more aggressive here, like when you're taking that step.
There you go.
Be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
Okay. Don't let the leg walk you. You walk the leg. So really kind of push forward.
Okay.
Left hand only. You got it.
Because that makes you
There you
actually
go. Boom.
trust it.
That's it. Okay. You're doing it.
Good job.
It's just weird, y'all.
Yeah. It's all right. You got it. Keep going. Get off there.
I'm sorry, it's habit. It's this thing's fault. I'm used to two-handed.
All right. Left hand.
Okay.
That's it. Good. Good. See, you caught yourself because you knew it wasn't there for you. And that's the key, is learning how to feel it and be comfortable with it.
Yeah, because you can tell it's there, but it's,
Yeah.
you know,
No, you're doing great.
not.
Let's do that a lot.
Okay. I promise. I'll try not to touch it.
Here,
Let me put it behind my hand.
No, let this arm relax. Let it relax. All right, here we go. Good. Good. That's your best step.
Great job.
Yep, that was your second best step.
Perfect.
Beautiful. That's it. That's it. I mean, you just did it.
So
You did three perfect steps.
I could feel it a few times, so I guess that was when it was doing it the way it needs to do it then.
You're just building up. That experience is going to come as you work with this every single day, every single step. You're going to feel those steps, like you said, when you catch yourself.
So I have forearm crutches, so
Perfect.
just use the left.
You can start out with both, just until you're comfortable where that hip and where that knee are breaking. But when you're in parallel bars and you're doing training, I want you to use your left hand. But when you're out, the most thing right now is just keeping you safe.
Yeah.
I don't want you to fall. So, and you're in an environment, like a safe environment like this, or when you're doing therapy, then practice using your left hand.
Okay.
And then eventually you'll get comfortable enough where you can transition whenever you want. Yeah.
It's just so weird because this is.
Hey, she's standing there.
Right. But
I see
okay,
dishes in her future.
Try the right side. just use your right arm. And this is the reason why I told you to use your left.
It's going to throw me off, isn't it?
No, just try. Whoa.
Yeah. That's why you use your good side.
That's why you use your other side. That's right. Good. Very good.
I know you can work. Yeah, I felt you maybe a minute ago.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Great.
That's it. Beautiful.
So the biggest difference I see with that is those last couple of rounds of laps that you've taken, you're trusting it more and your weight is staying on it all the way through the toe, which then allows it to transition into that swing. Yep.
Because I could feel the difference.
You can feel the difference.
Because otherwise it's kind of like.
It's just stiff and it's really hard to kind of, which is, it's okay. You're feeling that out. You're feeling that break point, that transition. But those last couple laps that you've done, that's the biggest difference is you're staying on it longer.
Good job.
Breaking it. So,
You're rocking.
See, I worked up a sweat, y'all.
yeah.
It's a good exercise for the girl that's
Fantastic.
not exercised in a while.
No, you're doing great.
Because I was trying
It's going to get better and better.
to sit in it because it's weird.
Anyway, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Take a little pressure off that left side. This knee does have a function or a feature where it will temporarily lock up for you if you're standing in line or something like that. So what you do is you kind of position it, and we've got you set up where you're kind of naturally stable here, but you can bend it ever so slightly, hold it in that position momentarily, and you can put your weight into it. To get it to free back up, you kind of just pull back on it or just push forward, break it loose. But we've got people that work cash registers, stand in line, those kind of things, and you don't always want to be either firing your muscles or working your hip. to keep that stable, so you just use the knee. There's also modes here, and we can go in and work on programming some of this at your next visit, because you don't need to change your modes, but there's different modes where the resistance in the knee changes. So should you want to do an exercise bike or something along those lines, it will stay with free
motion
yes,
instead
exactly.
of being
Yep.
like this.
As long as you know your Apple or Android password, we can download the app, and there's a pin that comes with it. You can do it that way, but you're off to a great start.
I've tried to do research beforehand,
Well,
just to
and it's-
kind of know what to expect.
And I love that, and this is one of those things where, to some
First
extent you
experience.
can't prepare for it, but the one thing that has prepared you the best for this is your attitude. You've had a tremendous attitude about it in the short time that we've been able to work with you, and Mike was saying that about you too, so it's going to get better and better. This is just the start. But
this is me now, so
it is different when you get out of the parallel bars. Those
Yeah,
make
that's-
it really nice. But we've joked about the dishes. The kitchen sink really is your best friend here, because you can kind of work on, you can hold that and work on some of that balance and some of those things, right? Because that's not going to come off of the wall. And like Billy said, if your countertop is set up, or you have a kitchen island or something that you can work with, that might be like a modified parallel bar that you can use. Or
My house is tiny.
yeah,
My hallway's kind of tight. Everybody's like, why don't you just clean your house in
Yeah.
a wheelchair? And I go, have you been to my house?
So another thing that's an option, everybody always talks about making parallel bars. The best thing that I've seen